right, good morning, everyone. I am Lisa Clayton. I'm the Parks Director, and I am thrilled. Each person is here. Oh, we've got to clap for this. Not only did we order up the weather, you're welcome, but we are so excited about this day. I see so many dignitaries, city administration, family, friends, organizations, people who all played such a part in this day. And I think I've talked to every one of you, and I am so thrilled you're here. So today we're about to embark on something. I want you to take it in, because normally I won't let you stand on a bridge with vehicular traffic, but today is a beautiful day. What we're going to do is I want to share with you a little bit about the vision and of this 233 acres, because today it will never look the same after today. And that's what's so important for this community, that we move forward, you're a part of it, and every person here has a place in that history. And we're so excited. This is 233 acres. We're excited that over a 3-year process, we'll be producing this for our community. And it's something very unique. Normally, I'm here talking about parks alone, but today beside me is Michelle Hatcher. She is the Water Management Director for the city, and we're doing this in unison, because we're going to do something that across the country has never been done before. We're going to combine 2 departments, and it's going to be an amazing complex. And so over the next year and a half, Robertson Lake will come to fruition, and therefore it'll be a passive area with trails, the water. And we've heard so many stories from everyone talking about their experience on that lake if you've been here in Franklin for quite a while. And then over the next couple of years, you'll be beginning to see the infrastructure increase on this property. And then over that time, we'll also most likely have another groundbreaking. So we're excited that you're here. We're going to solidify some names with this place that will be here for eternity. And so it's my pleasure. I'll be back with you to share a little bit of the thank yous, because today we should thank each other, and we're going to. And we're going to take time to do that. And I want to be able to say those things and recognize the individuals or organizations that are here with us today. So from the Board of Mayor and Aldermen, and City Administration, family, friends, and organizations, we are thrilled you're here. Thank you for being here. And I'd like to introduce my partner with this project is Michelle Hatcher.
So I thank y'all for coming out for it is a fantastic day, so good job. I want to just to provide a little bit of context. So this land was acquired back in 2008 by the Water Department in anticipation of needing a new clean water facility to augment our wastewater treatment capacity for our growing community. So because of those planning efforts that were done as part of the Integrated Water Resources Plan, we're here today, really. So at that time, I don't think we ever envisioned that it would be such an awesome kind of resource that it's going to end up being. So home to some really amazing athletic facilities, a 200-acre park in the bend of the river that's going to allow folks to interact with the river and nature, and then really a first of its kind inclusive playground for this area. So when our facility, the Clean Water facility, comes online in 2034, it will not only incorporate the state-of-the-art technologies to make purified water, but also be able to engage kids of all ages in our community with interactive educational experiences to augment the purpose of what this park and what Lisa and her team are going to work for. All of this being done under such a great alderman, such a fitting honor for such a wonderful Pearl Bransford that we've had. So excited for you all to be here. I'm going to introduce Mayor Moore, who's going to come up and speak next. So thank you.
Wow, what a great crowd and what a great day, and thanks for everybody showing up. My first duty is to recognize that we have a number of aldermen here. I know we've got Alderman Caesar, Alderman Peterson, and I can't read my own writing, Alderman Brown, Alderman Blanton. Who am I? Alderman Baggett, Alderman Potts. I think, did I miss anybody through my scribbled notes? Apologize for that. I do want to start out next by recognizing Pearl Bransford's family that's here. Pearl's middle name, Pearl was born without a middle name, but she took on the name of her family, Matthews, after she married Hank. And so we have a number of Matthews family here today. We have Charles and Anita Matthews, Mary Matthews, Virgie Matthews, Pearl's brother Andrew Matthews, and of course we have Hanks Bransford, who's here, and also his daughters Jessica and Jennifer. So please stand so we can know who you are, and any other Bransford family relatives and friends. I know we have some Kentucky Bransfords that came. Lisa and Michelle, thank you for kicking this off. You know, this is a sad day and it's a happy day. It's sad that we've lost two people whose names are going to be attached to this park forever, but happy that we have that opportunity to recognize their contributions to our city. You know, we lost two giants. You know, God makes us in strange ways and gives us different talents and purposes in life. And Pearl certainly was healthcare and nursing and working in surgery, and then her civic contributions as an alderman, board member on the special school district. You know, I can hear Pearl today coming up to me and she'd say, "Now, Kenneth," and if she didn't want anything, she'd just call me Ken. So I got that. But she had such a special way and made so many contributions to our city as far as fairness and love and vision for this great community. And Ellie G's Dream World, you know, God sometimes doesn't create perfect human beings. But the thing that I've learned, and I'm sure many of you have learned, that Ellie G's presence here on earth affected all of us as far as being more sensitive to people that are not normal, and also just the fact that that's God's creation and we should love all of God's creation. My next job is to introduce Eric Stuckey, who's going to come up and make a few comments.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you all for being here. It is a beautiful, beautiful day in the city of Franklin, in any way you can define it. And it's an honor to be here and a thrill to dedicate the Pearl M. Bransford Complex, the Pearl, here in Franklin, Tennessee. So I want to make a couple acknowledgments that are, I think, critically important. I want to thank and acknowledge the leadership, the guidance provided by the board and mayor and aldermen, members present and past who contributed, who made key decisions that brought this day to fruition. I want to thank the parks team, Lisa's leadership. This is anchored in master planning we did years and years ago, and this idea that we could deliver a park in this way. And I want to thank the parks team for their drive and their dedication. Engineering has worked diligently to get us to this point, working through design, working with our consultants to make the design work, to do the bidding, and to bring this day to fruition. Paul Holzen, our city engineer, you'll hear from him shortly. I want to thank our finance and budget teams. They work diligently to find ways to pay for this stuff. That's critically important. And we build a responsible, conservative financially model that supports our 10-year capital plan. That's a big deal. Helps us deliver projects that make an impact. I want to thank Mark Hilty, our Assistant City Administrator for Public Works, who helps provide that guidance, leadership, and support. The rest of our admin team, it takes all of us, from the contracts to the bidding to the delivery of projects, and I want to just thank the city team. Join me in giving them a hand. So I want to reflect on something, and it really revolves around a very simple word, 3 letters, the word "and." When I first started this job, one of the very first meetings I was involved in was around this parcel of property and the idea of putting a water reclamation, a clean water plant here. And the thought was we were going to use all of this land. Well, the board did a smart thing. They said, let's take a time out. Let's study this more deeply. Pearl was part of that board. And we took a good amount of time to think this through and chart a long-term future about how we use water, how we support our community. And one of the questions that came up is, can this be more than a site for a wastewater plant? Yes. Could it be a park? Yes. That's where the "and" came in. It can be a site for a great, high-performing water reclamation facility, and it can be a great park for one of the fastest-growing areas of our city. Then it came along, well, can we add an inclusive playground? Well, yes, we can. We can do that too. Then we said, well, gosh, there's the opportunity to buy, I don't know, what was it, 13, 14 acres, something like that? 77. At Robinson? 77 acres for $500,000 in Franklin, Tennessee. Are you kidding me? We got that, and we added the opportunity to add a beautiful passive park with Robinson Lake as part of it. The power of "and." And we did that there too. So, I mean, that brings me to this idea, and I'm proud to have suggested that we name this in honor of Pearl Bransford, because she got that part of "and." One of the great things a park does is it brings people together. Pearl did that. As a school board member, as a board mayor and alderman, as just a person who cared about her neighbor and cared about our community. So I look forward to what this will be as a place that brings generations of Franklinites together. People from our city, but people from all over our region, to enjoy our beautiful community, to bond, to be together, and to know what a special place Franklin, Tennessee is. Thank you. Now I want to invite to the podium here Vice Mayor and Ward 3 Alderman. Yes, you're sitting in Ward 3. You're also sitting on an award-winning bridge. Just know that. This bridge won an engineering award, and we're proud of that too. But I want to welcome Alderman and Vice Mayor Jason Potts to the stage.
All right. Well, Eric, thank you so much. And yes, welcome to Ward 3. I think it's the best ward, so I challenge my other fellow aldermen on that one. But I do want to take just a moment and just say good afternoon to everybody. This is such an exciting day for Franklin, for us to dedicate our new park. This is the kind of day where you want to take a half day off right now and just enjoy the rest of the park. So I'm looking forward to being able to do that in the future. And I want to take just a moment and I want to thank our current and previous Franklin Homeowners Associations of Ward 3. This is an alliance that we created several years ago, and they have had a lot of support here, not only for this park, but also for the connectivity, for our sidewalks, and having the vision for what we can bring to Ward 3. So I just want to thank all of those former leaders that I've had the opportunity to work with over the past 10 years and while I've been in office as alderman as well. And so I'm also looking forward as we work on sidewalk connectivity here in this area, new opportunities for residents, not only in Ward 3, but across Franklin, to be able to walk, bike, and run to this park in the near future. So excited for that. And I also want to take a moment and remind everybody of the positive impact that this park has on our community and on our families. So this past Saturday, one of my neighbors, Chad, stopped me in my driveway and told me about how excited he was for the park to return and for the future Pearl Park and for Robinson Lake Park to return. And the reason for his excitement was because this land that we're standing on right now and the lake where he and his son came for father and son time was so instrumental to their family. They hiked this land, they fished this land, they fished the lake. And I'd also like to share that this was one of the reasons why his son Dylan is now pursuing a bachelor's degree in environmental and energy resource management. So this land has inspired Franklin's future, and I know that our Pearl Park in the future will continue to inspire Franklin's youth and continue to bring families together and making our Franklin even that much stronger. So I'm excited for the park. I'm excited for the future phases of this. And so I thank you again for coming to Ward 3 and being part of today's festivities. And thank you to Pearl's family for being here. That means so much to us. My next role, thank you. My next role is to introduce two friends that I have great appreciation for. This is Paul Holzen, he's our engineering director, and then also to invite Lisa Clayton, our parks director, back to the podium right now. So give them a hand, please. Thank you, Paul.
All right. Well, thank you, Alderman Potts. It's amazing to see. It wasn't too long ago where there were no rooftops in this area of the city. There was no businesses relocating to this area of the city. And now we have Carruthers Parkway. We have over 3,000 houses over here. We have businesses relocating to this area of the city. And as my boss, Vernon Girth, always says, is Franklin doesn't happen by accident, places like Franklin. Well, this southeast area did not happen by accident. As Eric stated, previous boards and our current board of mayor and aldermen have been planning this and investing heavily in this area. And I'm very proud to see not only are they supporting development, but also the infrastructure associated with development. It also takes a large city team to help deliver this. As Eric stated, our city administration, parks and engineering team, but also our street department, our water department, help with all the infrastructure. There are other departments that you don't necessarily think about, such as our law department, building and neighborhood services, even our IT department and our finance department. A lot of different departments touch these projects and help to see that they're delivered. So moving on to thank our consulting team. The bridge was designed by Alfred Benish and Company. The construction was done by Bell and Associates, and they did a fantastic job. We also had support from HDR to help with the inspection of the bridge. Moving on to the Pearl, we had Barge Design help us with the survey, the civil, the landscape architecture, the MEP. We also did that in coordination with Hazen and Sawyer, who is working on the clean water facility. We have the Cordino Group assisting us with the inspection, and Reeves Young overseeing the construction of the project. In Robinson Lake, we had CDM Smith help us with the design. They're also going to provide construction support. CEC provided civil environmental consultants, did the survey work. And Heron Construction is going to be our general contractor, and we're very excited to work with them. So in conclusion, again, I want to thank our Board of Mayor and Aldermen for all their support and their investment in infrastructure. And we as a city staff and as a consultant team are just very proud to serve the City of Franklin and the Board of Mayor and Aldermen. And now I'm going to turn it over to Lisa Clayton.
Thank you, Paul. Paul's instrumental in so many conversations, and he's also my go-to when I can't share with the general public. So he is my confidant, and I am so thrilled to have him as a colleague. Again, this is our time. Department heads that are here with the City of Franklin, and we have assistants and others that are here, we thank you so much. We all touch these things. And so Nate Ridley said just a few days ago, he is the director of our Sanitation and Environmental Service Department. He got up and he spoke at our budget meeting, and he said, I'm so thrilled and proud to represent the City of Franklin and the men and women there. And I thought of those words over and over the last few days. I too am so proud, and I'm so proud to I don't have to drive the car, but I want to be in the car. And so thank you to each of you. Especially, let's talk about our teams, especially engineering, Shahad, Paul, Jonathan, David, John's here so many times, but they're also going to touch this property every single day. And so I thank you for your leadership, your guidance, and your patience with everything that we do. I want to thank my team. Oh my goodness, Parks, we showed up and showed out. Thank you. And we're so thrilled. Listen, from just planning things like this, it means so much to this community. I hope you know that every single thing that we do is part of the spoke in that wheel, And so I thank you for this and what's to come for how we activate this site for our community. Our communications team, I believe every one of you are here today. Melissa, Monique, Stephen, Robert, and Joey, thank you. We couldn't do this without you. And so we are so thankful for you all. And to communicate this to our public. It's important that they understand where we are, what we're doing, and why we're doing it. Let me share with you about what's going to happen on the property. So we're going to build 5 amazing square fields, and what we're going to do is we're going to move an agency that we've worked with for almost 50 years. The Franklin Cowboys Youth and Cheer Program are going to have a new home here at the Pearl Complex, and so we are excited to have George Dixon as our president here, our vice president Devin Sheffield, the executive board, the board of directors, and that you can have a new home. Raise your hand over there. I know you're here. Thank you for being here. You're going to have new experiences, a new home, and you're going to create new traditions for our community. I thank you for that. Again, the Bransford family, oh my goodness. I shared with you, Pearl meant so much. You can ask every person here. She had a private conversation with them and what she meant to us, not only as individuals, but man, are we going to have fun to create this legacy with you all and for this community. And so we are thrilled that you're a part. Just wait till the ribbon cutting. Woo! If you think this is good, wait till the ribbon cutting. And then I want to talk about LEG's Dream World. The Castro family, and Brandy's going to speak here shortly, and Tori, but thank you for allowing, but I want to go back a little further than that. Mindy Tate is here today with Franklin Tomorrow. And Mindy, this was a vision. It was, I think you hollered it from the rooftops. And so many people said, oh my goodness, let's do that. And we searched for homes, and as the city administrator said, and we should have it here. And so we are so thankful for that, your leadership, that you started that journey and allowed us to be part of that with you all and seeing it through. And finally, I'd like for Tori Barnhill and Brandy Blanton to make their way to the podium, if you will. Let me talk about these two. Friends of Franklin Parks, over the last 10 years, they have created some amazing spaces within this community. And to be part of this, I approached them and shared that, well, what if, because we all sat on these committees together, what if the inclusive playground came to this particular area? And what if there was a community initiative as a public-private partnership, and they stepped up and met us dollar for dollar. And so we are so thankful for your guidance and your leadership as being part of this with LEG's Dream World, because that's one of those things that what Tori always shared is, if you can have people being in the same place and play at the same time at any given time, then that's what inclusive means. And so we're going to have that here. So thank you so much. And then finally, before I leave this podium, because I won't be back, I want to thank the media. I know that sometimes that's overlooked, but by you being here and allowing us to share our message and continuing to share how excited we are in this community, we thank you for being here. We thank you for covering our stories regarding our parks, the new clean water facility, and everything that's going to happen on this property, on this side of town, for this ward, and for this community. So I thank you for being here as well. Help me welcome Tori Barnhill.
Thank you, Lisa. I think I'm going to have to do this a little short. And just before we start, I want to thank the Castro family. I called Brandy yesterday, and I'm like, I need an LEG t-shirt from when it was fundraising. We actually adopted the logo for this endeavor from this. This was an original t-shirt, and we really appreciate you bringing that today. So I have to read today because this is an emotional day for everybody. Today is an exciting day and historic moment for our community, not only as we break ground for the Pearl Bransford Park, who was a truly special leader, and I loved working with her. She was always at park events. It's also a moment we break ground for Franklin's first all-inclusive playground, LEG's Dream World. This project represents a long-awaited dream, one that's been in the works for over 10 years. And again, to Lisa's point, Franklin Tomorrow started these vision trips. We did some field trips. And then when it was time, we came together and formed a community committee from different parts of the community that had valuable things to offer to what this park should look like. We met many times to make sure this playground would have all of the components to make a truly special, inclusive space for all. This is a place where children and adults of all abilities will have the opportunity to experience the joy of play alongside their peers, making memories that will last a lifetime. We want to express our deepest gratitude to the City of Franklin and Lisa Clayton and her team for its unwavering partnership in making this dream a reality. We eagerly look forward to the opening of this incredible space in the near future, where all children will have the opportunity to play, grow, and thrive together. She also spoke about the partnership. Friends, she came to Friends and asked would we be willing to partner, and we were like, absolutely, we would, of course we would. We started fundraising in 2022. We kind of went on pause last year during the bid process as it got extended just a little bit. But I'm happy to announce we're relaunching LEG's Dream World campaign to finish the needed funds for what it will take to make this park the dream world it was meant to be. To our wonderful donors and supporters, your generosity is the foundation of this project. We couldn't have done it without you. From collecting coin boxes to making large donations, this project is going to truly be a community endeavor. I'm happy to announce, this is breaking news, we have currently raised $897,000 from coin boxes to large donations. It's also very important, every donation to everybody have skin in the game and in this park. But I would like to thank some very special donors that have stepped up in a big way. And I'll just say your name if you just want to raise your hand. But Calvin and Marilyn Leahy were one of the first donors who stepped up and said, we'll give $100,000 for this park. We had several that have given $50,000. Brenda and Norm Johnson Foundation, they gave $50,000. Mars Pet Care, they're here. They've given $50,000. For the $25,000 level, we have a Vintage Affair. We have Adama Partners. We have Emily and Hamilton Bowman, Franklin Tomorrow, Mayor Ken and Linda Moore, the Rotary Club Foundation, the McGee Family Fund, Courtney and Matt Daniel through the Hog Ball. They sponsored a whole event given to LEGs. And the Dugas Family Foundation and DIDD with the state of Tennessee. And they're here as well. And they have a very special relationship with Pearl, which we just heard about, which was wonderful. And today we're excited to announce that Jackson National Life Insurance joined the efforts for this playground and have generously given $50,000, which now brings our total to $947,000. Thank you, Nia and Jackson National Life. So we're 2/3 of the way there, and we're excited and look for some public announcements soon. This community is given so generously on so many levels, and we look forward to building the dream together and changing the way we play. Now, Brandy, come on up.
Wow, I don't know about Hank and the girls, but it's one of those bittersweet days where you're so honored to have this name recognition for somebody you love, but it still brings back that memory of loss. So my heart goes out to you, Hank and Jennifer and Jessica. I am an alderman, for those of you who don't know, but oddly enough, I was on this committee for this inclusive playground even before my granddaughter was born in 2015. That will give you an idea of how long this has been going on. I know I'm here wearing my purple representing my baby girl, but I cannot skip over how much Pearl meant to me. I was telling Greg Caesar just the other day, you know, Pearl taught me a lot. We bonded under the big tree at the Williamson County Complex the first time with Miss Ann, the first time I ran for office. And when I got into the office, I noticed that Pearl didn't always say a lot. So me being me, I went up to Pearl and I'm like, Pearl, why don't you talk very much? And Pearl, in her really wise, kind way, said, Brandy, you don't always have to have something to say. And what that meant was Pearl listened just as much as she spoke. And what that meant is that when Pearl did speak, it was important and it was passionate. And she was a force for so many things in our community, for education, for health care, for diversity, for housing, for historic, I mean, you name it, even tourism. She quietly moved. It wasn't about attention for Pearl, and her sickness and her passing reflected who she really was, because so many of us did not know until the very end. So my sweet Pearline, I'm so proud of you, and I'm proud of you for being recognized in this way in perpetuity in our community. And I am grateful that Eric started this ball rolling, and the board voted unanimously. And girls and Hank, congratulations to you for this honor. Wow, I had 1 to 2 minutes. I'll be quick. Sure. When you talk about LEG, and y'all need to know that stands for Elliot Grace, and the T-shirt that Tori, where'd she go, is wearing did come from the first fundraiser that we did, and my sweet son-in-law Brandon, Elliot's dad, created that to celebrate her life. So how sweet it is that it goes on as the logo for this park. Elliot was born in 2015 with a very rare terminal form of dwarfism. So we chuckle when you call her a giant, Ken, but she was a giant. She never walked and never talked, never even held her own head up. But this child was a force in our lives, and she has really affected me in the way it changed my trajectory and the things that I do today and the things that are important to me and the way that I approach people with disability. And I thank God for that. I will tell you, there are a lot of people that were instrumental in her sweet, precious life, 4.5 years old. But paramount to that were her parents, Brandon and Samantha Castro. Young parents, first child, first grandchild, hit with things we did not know what to do. But the other thing that really made a difference was the way this community came alongside us. She was, as people have said, Franklin's baby. I know that sounds a little bit proud, but that's the way we felt. The support that this community gave us, the love was just unmatched. And our gratitude will be forever in place as my children nod their head. Elliot today has 3 little brothers. The youngest one was the one that cried earlier. Sorry, he's only a few weeks old. But if you want to know more about Elliot's story, I implore you to go to the Friends of Franklin Park website, and you can see a video there as you make your donation to get us to that $1.5 million. But this playground, 3-acre playground, will be something that this entire community can enjoy, no matter your age, your ability, your disability. And to have her name be on top of that is a gift we never saw coming and will always be grateful for. So thank you for everybody who's here today. I know my children thank you from the bottom of their hearts. And let's get a shovel and move some dirt. Thank you.
All right.